good evening, and thank you so much for joining us tonight on BeeTv Major News at 6, reaching you live from Benin City, the Edo State capital, Nigeria. My name is Gift Uwagboy. And now to the news in details. Edo State Governor Senator Monday Okpebholo has said that his administration has embarked on a massive reconstruction, renovation, and remodeling of 100 schools across the 3 senatorial districts of the state. The governor said following the commitment and dedication of his administration to change the narrative in the education sector, another set of 120 schools are already earmarked for reconstruction, renovation, and remodeling across the state. BeeTv News senior reporter Best Storito has the details.
Governor Monday Okpebholo noted that the massive infrastructural development in the education sector marks the commitment of his administration to ensure that Edo children get the best facilities in terms of learning. Okpebholo said his administration is achieving a lot in the education sector because it keyed into the renewed hope agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu.
The renewed hope agenda of Mr. President. You can see massive work is going on everywhere we go. We have visited so many schools this morning. Since morning, we've been moving from one school to the other, and the work is ongoing. This is not my power, this is the power of Mr. President, because he has mandated us to do this for our people. And I know people is happy, and me, I'm also happy. So by the grace of God, by the time we are 1 year in the office, 2 years in the office, a lot of transformation would have been done.
The Commissioner for Education Edo State, Dr. Paddy Yamu, said the infrastructural development of the state by Senator Monday Okpebholo is very interesting. He noted that working with a governor who says what he means and means whatever he says is a plus for Edo people, as the governor's words are backed by action. He noted that construction, renovation, remodeling are going on across several schools in Edo State, and said that the pupils, students, and parents are happy, as well as the host community, to have a governor like Senator Monday Okpebholo, who knows the way and shows the way.
First and foremost, when the governor came in, he told us to go around. We went around the 3 technical colleges. We did a need assessment, and we found out that there are lacunas in terms of the teachers in those schools. So we gave him the report and immediately granted the approval for the 100 teachers across the 3 technical schools. Right now we are reviewing the syllabus, because he said he doesn't want the normal thing that has been obtainable. We have the capacity to train students that will come out and provide the seats that will sit on, our children sit on. If they are well trained, they will be able to put in their expertise, so that at the end of the day, instead of going outside to bring people into the state to come and be doing the local and petty jobs, our youth will be able to go in, do the POP installation, carry out the seats construction and the like.
On the issue of employing 100 teachers for technical schools across the state, Dr. Paddy Yamu said the governor asked for a need assessment exercise, which was carried out, and the report submitted to him, hence the need for the recruitment. On her part, the chairman of the State Universal Education Board, BEB, Barrister Mrs. Onome Briggs, said the Okpebholo administration has achieved a lot within just 100 days in office. She joined the governor and other officials to monitor the construction of schools across Edo State, expressing satisfaction on the infrastructural development in the sector. She said, considering the fact that the administration is just 100 days in office, Governor Monday Okpebholo has done a lot, as many schools across the 3 senatorial districts of the state are undergoing massive construction. Some have been completed, while others are undergoing renovations and are about 70 to 80% complete, while furnitures are ready for the classrooms.
A lot of buildings are completed. Some, the renovations are also 70%, 80% done. The furnishing is ready to be placed in classrooms. So for 100 days, I think is promise kept.
The schools inspected by Governor Monday Okpebholo include Eweka Primary School, Obazagbon, Aroma Primary School, Amagba, and Uyosa Primary School, Zebu Quarters, all in Oedo local government area of Edo State. Others are New Era College, where construction of blocks of classrooms, offices, convenience, perimeter fence, security post, borehole, among others, are ongoing. Best Orator reporting for BeeTv News.
Meanwhile, in a bid to combating kidnapping in Edo State, a bill for a law to amend the Kidnapping Prohibition Amendment Law 2013 scaled through third reading at the Edo State House of Assembly on Tuesday. BeeTv News Osarogi Agbobo, who covered the plenary session, reports that the 8th Assembly also confirmed pharmacist Mrs. Kenny Okoje Kentimu as Chairman, Governing Board, Edo State Primary Health Care Development Agency. The report.
At Tuesday plenary session, the bill for a law to amend the Kidnapping Prohibition Amendment Law 2013 and for other related purposes was expedited by the lawmakers for speedy passage with a sanction of death penalty following the persistent kidnapping cases in the state cited by the lawmakers.
It is bad enough that a man will take the chattel of another man. It is bad enough that the money belonging to a fellow human being will be stolen. But to steal a fellow human being will require the highest level of barbarity, condemnable before its implementation.
I have seen situations where people who are involved in heinous crimes are released after serving some jail terms, and they are given options of fine. Immediately they are released, they go back to their business. So, Mr. Speaker, we should start reducing the kidnappers in this country. With this law, we will reduce them to the barest minimum. As we catch them, the law will take its toll on them.
Mr. Speaker, I take this decision with all sense of responsibility. Death penalty for me ordinarily should only be excused when murder is committed, as it is enshrined in the book Leviticus 24:17. Permit me, Mr. Speaker, to read. If a man kills anyone, he must be put to death.
It is time to take a very harsh, very tough stance against kidnapping in Edo State.
Subsequently, after a unanimous agreement by the lawmakers, the consideration of the bill by the lawmakers was adopted and passed into law.
He said to His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Edo State, distinguished Senator Monday Okpebolo for his assets.
In the same vein, a bill for a law to repair the Edo State Electricity Law 2022 and establish the Edo State Electricity Market, the Edo State Electricity Regulatory Commission, the Edo State Electrification Agency, and the Edo State Electricity Transmission Company, and for purposes connected therewith, scaled through its third reading. In another development, the lawmakers also confirmed pharmacist Mrs. Kenny Okoje Ketimu as the Chairman, Governing Board, Edo State Primary Healthcare Development Agency. Pharmacist Mrs. Kenny Okoje Ketimu assured the lawmakers that adequate healthcare would be brought to the people of Edo State, especially those at the grassroots level, with a focus on ensuring the availability and affordability of essential drugs.
There is an issue of availability of affordable drugs. We're going to ensure that we talk to companies directly, because I already have contact with different companies who will be willing to come and give the drugs to all at a price that our mothers and so will be able to buy.
That nominee should declare this state assembly as chairman of Governing Board of Edo State Primary Health Care Agency. Is it aye? Those against it, aye.
Pharmacist Mrs. Kenny Okoje Ketimu, born in 1978, hails from Esan North-East local government area. She is a graduate of pharmacy from Ahmadu Bello University with over 20 years of practicing. Osarogi Agwebo, reporting for BeeTv News.
Pan-Niger Delta Forum leader Edwin Clark is dead, aged 97. The former Federal Commissioner for Information and South-South leader's death was confirmed in a statement by a representative of the family, Professor C.C. Clark, on Tuesday. Clark's death is coming on the heels of the passing of Afenifere leader Pa Ayo Adebanjo, who died at the age of 96 just a few days ago. Both Clark and Adebanjo are known for contributing to the political development of the country. In 2022, Adebanjo and Clark attended the Greater Nigerian Conference, which was held in Abuja, to deliberate on the emergence of the next Nigerian president from the southeast. The GNC was a pan-Nigeria dialogue organized by a global Igbo think tank, Unzoko Umuna, to converse support for a presidential candidate from the region during the 2023 general election. A towering figure in Nigerian politics and a relentless advocate for the rights of the Niger Delta, Clark was a lawyer, administrator, nationalist, and a freedom fighter. He served as Commissioner for Education in the Midwestern region from 1968 to 1971, and later as Commissioner for Finance and Establishment in the defunct Bender State between 1972 and 1975. At federal level, he was appointed Commissioner for Information in 1975, and subsequently became a senator from 1979 to 1983. Beyond his political career, Clark was a leading voice for regional and national unity. He was also known for mediating peace among warring communities and politicians in the Niger Delta region. Recently, he set up a committee to reconcile Governor Siminalayi Fubara and his erstwhile political godfather, Nyesom Wike. Meanwhile, Edo State Governor Senator Monday Okwebelu has expressed deep sorrow and condolence on the passing of Chief Edwin Clark, a revered statesman, former National Commissioner for Information, and a worthy leader of the South-South. He said Edo State mourns the loss of a true giant, saying that Edwin Clark dedicated his life to the service of the South-South region and the nation. He said his contribution as an advocate for education and a champion of social justice have left an indelible mark on nation's history. He noted that he was a man of integrity, vision, and unwavering commitment to the betterment of our society. Governor Okwebelu said Edwin Clark's legacy will live on through the countless lives he touched and the positive impact he had on everyone. The management of Mebe Agozenu Azwegbono Memorial Wire Scholarship have paid a courtesy visit to the Ogeneni of Uzaire Kingdom, His Royal Highness Alhaji Kadiri Imonike Omogbai IV, in continuation of his philanthropic gesture with the enrollment of 150 students in this year's West Africa Examination Council. BeeTv News Freeman Usawe reports that Mr. Clement Igbafe was accompanied by members of a foundation to the Ogeneni Palace of Uzaire. The report is presented by Best Orator.
God saw the passion, God saw my commitment, and that was why God brought somebody to help me.
The chairman, Mebe Azegbunu Memorial Foundation, Mr. Clement Igbafe, and members of the foundation were received into the palace of the Ogenaini of Uzaire Kingdom, His Royal Highness Alhaji Kadiri Imonike Umogbai IV, by the palace chiefs. Introducing Mr. Clement Igbafe to His Royal Highness on the purpose of their visit, Pastor Esegbe Kadri said Mr. Clement Igbafe, in imitation of his late mother, is one individual who loves education, and he has been carrying out the singular art of enrolling students for the West African Examination Council, WAEC, and engaging in under philanthropic gesture for some years now.
For over 10 years, he tried to come back home. And for the past 10 years, on Uzaire normally, he has been doing it. Like last year, he sponsored 79 students. We offer enrollment and he has been doing this through the principals of the secondary schools in Uzaire. But at that time, I remember there's always been a tussle in him. But today, God has blessed you to learn with a great chief.
On his part, Mr. Clement Igbafe told His Royal Highness Alhaji Kadiri Imonike Umogbai that he was in his palace to pay homage and use the opportunity to extend the enrollment of WAEC fees for 150 students because he is aware of the difficulties faced by many parents who have financial challenges in enrolling their children for the examination, hence the reason he decided to carry out the enrollment.
Education will be the foundation of or you can make it governance easily. I now understand even they are supposed to listen. They follow laws and orders of every society. Education making way easy. So the INS our fathers never wasted our time. For the past 4 years, we have the cities by enrollment. But last year, Ogiema could not ever carry people.
all the equipment we go, this thing in this, what they are doing, if they can't see this thing next year, better with me, then the other requirement of promote the then go, we pay your wins. Those are my father and I. And he our father discuss the number of persons who will evaluate palace. If they buy about 120 people, they are adding 30 people who will evaluate palace.
His Royal Highness Alhaji Kadri Imonike Umogbai IV lauded Mr. Clement Igbafe, Managing Director, Seth Clement Ventures, for his benevolence and humanitarian acts, and the palace offered prayers for Mr. Igbafe and his team. In an interview with BeeTv News, members of the Mebe Azegbunu Memorial Foundation and friends described the philanthropic gesture of Mr. Clement Igbafe as one that should be emulated, adding that he has been doing this for years without any political interest.
Well, it's because I am fully in support, encouraging. That is why I'm here today, to also give him the little support I can give to him. Well, he's been doing this like he told you, and we are all very happy. We pray for him every day, that God should keep, strengthening him, giving him the grace, and also multiplying his resources. So if he's enrolling for 150, multiply that, and then you see what he's doing.
He has been a wonderful person to the society. He's a very kind person. I'm usually very shy when I'm brought into the picture talking about what my father did for him. To my dad, it was nothing. But I'm happy now what my dad called nothing has become something today. So I'm happy. He's not my friend, he's my brother. I'm in support. Every day I pray for him.
This year, as he said, we've already marked, 50 students want to enroll for. I think my encouragement for him is to continue to do this, because I remember what he usually says, once you give, you are expecting more from God. I just pray to God to continue to strengthen him, to guide him and protect him and his family.
Apart from this WAEC enrollment, Clement Igbafe has done a lot, not just for his community, but for the entire Ozare. So I pray that God should continue to bless him, God should continue to increase him, and whatever he does, God will continue to add to it in Jesus' name.
On its part, the chairman and founder, Paths to Progress Foundation, Mr. Clement Igbafe, said he has been doing this since 2015, starting from Benin City, and that it is in memory of his beloved mother, late Madam Mebe, and he will continue to do more for others.
If giving children their future, if giving children the means to lay foundation for solid future is political, let everybody that are into politics start doing things that will secure the future of our children. Somebody sacrificed the best for his son, shared the little resources that he had to ensure that he and his son were able to enroll for the yearly exam. His name is Pa James Agbonifo of blessed memory. So that singular act of sacrifice from him shaped my life, and I felt that if not for this man, I wouldn't have been able to participate in the yearly exam. So I pray to God that if God blesses me, someday I'll be able to replicate the charitable act that Pa James Agbonifo rendered to me. And since then, since 2014, I have been doing it on a small scale. I've been doing it around my neighborhood. I've done it in my alma mater. I've been doing it, so I just give God all the glory for blessing me, for giving me the resources.
Mr. Clement Igbafe, through the foundation, has offered scholarship, financial empowerment, income-generating materials, and other grants to members of the public. Best Orator reporting for BeeTv News.
Ijowina Road axis in Benin City is currently under construction ahead of the fast approaching rainy season. Residents living in the area stated their expectation concerning the project, as well as thanked the government of the state for giving attention to the road. BeeTv News' Glorious Esirame has the report.
By the way, where the water won't go. Now left, own a right. We don't know.
Idwo-Wina Road, located off Benin-Lagos Road before Oluku in Benin City, has been under construction since late December last year. The road is actively in progress as contractors and workers were seen on site. It was gathered that the road is expected to be completed in the next 4 months.
As they start the road, now me happy. May God give them power, may they do and finish. Because water they disturb us for here for rainy season. May God bless them, may they do and for us.
I was so surprised to see this place, the changes. In fact, I was very happy to see the good work. So I am here to say thank you to whosoever that is doing it. May God continue to bless him or her.
Many persons in the area, who include traders and tricycle riders, said they are hoping that the project will be completed on record time before the next rainy season and would endure test of time. They also appreciated Governor Monday Okpebholo administration for taking up the project.
So what do you mean one for this was they made it fast. I made it to do the road solid. Because he started speaking to me, me personal. This road not solid. But we just wait, we will see, make the rain start. When rain start, we go no other than left, other than right. So make the road this solid. If you watch that entrance, it don't even crack. So if
work started late December last year, so the work has been going on, and we'll be seeing some development because when it started, it was on a gradual process, and they've extended the work down to the road. So we are expecting that maybe before the month runs out, or maybe upper months to come, they will do more work. And at first, what they are concentrating on the road is the gutter.
The Idwo-Wina Road is one of the several roads under construction by the Okpebholo administration. Glorious Isiramin reporting for BeeTv News.
Nigerians have urged government at all levels to put a ban on the operation of heavy-duty vehicles like trailers during the day and to limit them only at night. This is due to the numerous accidents caused by truck vehicles, which has claimed lots of lives. BeeTv News' Pelumi Mukoro has the report.
The bill for heavy-duty vehicles, including trailers, to be banned from operating during the day, sponsored by Senator Ned Nwoko, is being considered by the Nigerian Senate.
When they operate in the daytime, you know, it causes so many road mishaps. Like the accident that occurred lately, you know, at Benin Agbo Road, you know. But in the past, I observed that even vehicles, a heavy vehicle, they move at night, in my experience. And I heard about that before, even in Lagos or something like that. So I think it's the most welcome development to prevent all these series of carnage and road mishaps on our roads.
I support it wholeheartedly, because if this is not controlled, we will record more dead.
They should first work on the road, fix the road. This is a federal road where both commoners, citizens, and both business people, they commute every day for business, for travels, and everything. So the road firstly needs to be fixed. And secondly, if you want to ban just truck drivers in the daytime, you should understand that these people has working hours too. In as much as they are driving trucks, they are also commuting or conveying their products from one place to another. So they have a time duration when this transport is meant to be done.
It would be a good idea, but if you ban them from using these roads during the day, you should also make provision for where they will use. If you ban them from using the road, definitely if you ban them from using the road during the day, the night will be closed as well. the nights will be blocked because all of them will wait till maybe this night before they start moving.
The National Commission for Refugees, Migrants and Anciently Displaced Persons have handed over food and non-food items to the new state government to cater to the needs of recently repatriated Nigerian refugees from Chad Republic. This gesture is aimed at elevating the sovereigns as they resettle in their communities. The report.
A new dawn for these returnees as they have settled back in their places. They have been away in a foreign land as refugees for over 10 years. Now that peace is returning, the refugees voluntarily return back to the government ensures that the process is done in a dignified manner. And today, the National Commission for Refugees, Migrants and Internally Displaced Persons is handing over these food and non-food on items to the Borno state government.
Our mandate is to coordinate the repatriation of Nigerian refugees outside of Nigeria. And this first phase of repatriating Nigerian refugees in Chad has commenced together with the Borno state government, and we have repatriated close to 7,000 refugees. It's ongoing. So this is totally a voluntary repatriation.
The tripartite agreement is between the federal government of Nigeria, Republic of Chad, and United Nations High Commission for Refugees. This is to ensure that the exercise is done in orderly manner, in dignity, and in safety.
The Borno state government on its part assured to distribute the relief items in no time to the returners.
The National Refugee Commission has been a very strong partner. Actually, it is their mandate. They take the lead and we support them. Since the days when we started our first repatriation in Minawawu camp, as at 2020, Refugee Commission have been central to all this. Not only have they supported the physical refugee repatriation, they have also participated in reconstruction of settlements in Bama. They have built an entire town in Amarwa, in Konduga. They have supported recently, just before the flood, items so that we can rebuild community and facilitate refugee return from Niger, Chad, and
the National Commission for Refugees, Migrants and Internally Displaced Persons says it will carry out medical outreach to the healthcare needs of the people. Esoa Osemege reporting for BeeTv News.
More than 3,000 people have benefited from the free medical outreach and palliative distribution in Ekpe, marking a honorable occasion in honor of the 80th birthday of the Olaje of Ekpe, Oba Kamoridin Ishola Animation. Esoe Osevige has the rest of the story.
This initiative is part of a series of events celebrating the 80th birthday of the Oba Kamoridin Ishola Animation, the paramount ruler of Ekpe land. Hundreds of residents, both young and old, gathered at the Ekpe General Hospital to take part in this generous gesture, receiving medical care and essential palliatives. The celebrants, accompanied by
come around and have their health checked. Today we've been able to give advice on medical check, blood pressure monitoring.
Beneficiaries expressed their deep gratitude for the kindness and generosity.
Thank you to Kabiyesi Oba Kamoridin Ishola Animation, so many years in equity and in power.
Wish him more years ahead.
The chairman of Ekpe local government area, along with others, spoke highly of the celebrants, praising him as a monarch who deeply cares for his people and their well-being.
He's somebody that you will not know, you can't differentiate between his own biological children and the people of Ekpe community. He has been a wonderful person to us in this community. He's very fair.
On behalf of the women in this community, I say big thanks to our own father, Oba Kamoridin Ishola, that happy birthday, long life and prosperity with sound health.
The beneficiaries of the medical outreach are now more enlightened about their health status as they go home with a pack of food palliative to cushion the impact of the economic hardship. Esoa Osemege reporting for BeeTv News.
British Council Director of Global Network, Charlie Walker, and his team have visited TED Fund to appreciate it for the privilege of partnership and cooperation enjoyed over the years. Charlie Walker, in his statement during the visit, said the idea of the partnership and cooperation is important to the British Council. BeeTv News' Pelumi Mikoro completes the report.
British Council has enjoyed a mutually beneficial cooperation with the Tertiary Education Trust Fund over the years. Charlie Walker said one of the major assignments of the British Council is to deepen and strengthen relationships between the United Kingdom and countries in which they work around the world, emphasizing that the UK's strategic partnership with Nigeria is a tremendous significance.
Today is to come to meet Executive Secretary Sir and to extend our thanks for the partnership and collaboration that we have enjoyed with the TEP Fund over the years, and to emphasise to you all how important that is to the British Council. The British Council's mission across the world is to deepen and strengthen relationships between the United Kingdom and those countries in which we work around the world, and none is more important to us than the relationship with Nigeria. And our work together extends opportunities to young people in Nigeria to benefit from education, and we hope to deepen the relationship with their counterparts.
The country's director of British Council Nigeria, Duncan McGowan, pointed at certain guidelines relevant to its operations and its partners.
More on the implementation of the TNE guidelines, we have the Education World Forum, which takes place in London in May. So that's the UK government's wider annual education policy conference. And the invitation for that will be with you very, very soon. So my thanks again.
The Executive Secretary of TET Fund, Architect Sonny Ekono, pledged support for partnering institutions.
And that is that TET Fund will be in a position to support the partner institutions here to ensure that they will meet the requirements and also provide all the resources that are required for them to mount this program, to host these programs, or to go into the collaboration with our British partners as the first step in implementing the guidelines that we've adopted. We are aware of the multiple dimensions of the transnational education and the various ways that these will be implemented. But the assurance we will give, and this is supported by the ministry, but also the Honourable Minister, and be following up on some progress in this direction. The TET Fund will be there and will provide the right set of funding to support those institutions. And we believe it's coming at the right time.
The visit by the British Council has built confidence between both parties as they agree to continue to nurture a lasting relationship. Pelumi Mukoro reporting for BeeTv News.
Nigerians' population is growing at a rate of around 2.3% to 2.4% each year. This makes it the most populated country in Africa. At this, some residents have stated their views on how the growth is affecting the Nigerian economy and government performance. BeeTv News' Glorious Isirame has the report.
Members of the public have emphasized on the issue of Nigeria being the most populated country in Africa as not a problem, particularly with the growing population. They added that it is a benefit to the country if the growth in number is well managed by the government.
The population we have is supposed to be a blessing to this great country because investors, they like to go to where population is. They like to create what the people needs.
To me, it's supposed to be a plus for our economy.
Some persons believe that the country is rich enough to accommodate and cater for the needs of every citizen without stress, adding that the country has only suffered bad and selfish governance. They said the country has enough hands to grow the system if only the government would put good measures in place to create employment for the people.
For me, I think it's still the government that should put things in order, because if there is basic amenities for the population, it will be very okay for each and every one of us. You know, Nigeria now, the way it can't do so now, everybody don't tire, you understand? But the government should do something about it.
Suppose they want to fight for economy, population will not be the problem for this country. Because we have many resources that we can take care of ourselves and take care of everybody. But because they are fighting for their own pocket, for their selfish interests, that's why we the common, we are suffering for this country.
There is a lot expected from the government of the day to take advantage of the country's population for the economy's growth and development. Glorious Isiramen reporting for BeeTv News.
Rapidly changing global political and economic realities, President Bola Tinubu's statement was delivered by the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Yusuf Tuga, during the consideration and deliberation on the AU reforms report. He commended the government of Rwanda and Kenya for the AU reform proposals. President Tinubu acknowledged the recommendation outlined in the draft decision on the AU reform and said the Nigerian government supports the proposal to establish a head of state and government oversight committee for the AU reforms under president's leadership. BeeTv News' Harmony Agbafo has the details.
While Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development has emphasized the federal government's vision for a viable and industrious aviation sector, the minister is also calling for continued collaboration among key players in the sector. As a signatory to the International Aviation Organization (ICAO) convention since 1962, Nigeria was mandated to establish an autonomous civil aviation authority to ensure strict compliance with state-promulgated air navigation regulations. In line with these requirements, the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority was established in 1999 and tasked with transforming the country's aviation sector to meet global safety and operational standards. The authority has been led by several Director Generals since its establishment, and some of them include Engineer Fidelis Onyeyiri served as Director General prior to December 2005. Dr. Harold Demoran, appointed in December 2005 till March 2013. Captain Folayele Akinkotu, July 2013 to March 2014. Captain Mota Usman, October 2014 to October 2019. Captain Musa Nuhu held the position until December 2023, and Captain Chris Najomo, who is currently the Director General of the authority. At this symposium, to mark 25 years of the NCAA's existence, the industry leaders, airline operators, and international organizations reflect on the progress made in safety and compliance. A key priority for the aviation minister is to build a vibrant and economically viable industry, as he commended the authority's contribution to this goal.
Your being here today is a demonstration of a personal and collective resolve to chart the course of reviving, rejuvenating, and repositioning the Nigerian aviation and air transportation.
The NCA Director General shared a range of initiatives during the modernization of Nigeria's air traffic management system.
As we celebrate current achievements, we must also look ahead to embracing new technologies, improving operational efficiencies, and fostering partnership that will elevate our aviation industry to even greater heights.
Other partners shared their views on this Silver Jubilee with several concerns, including cost of airline operations in Nigeria.
We are committed to supporting the NCAA in its mission to ensure the safety and security of our aviation industry.
As one of your heavily regulated clients, I can attest to the effectiveness, and I will say it anywhere, of the NCAA's regulatory oversight of the industry today.
As Nigeria's aviation sector continues to grow, stakeholders insist innovation and stricter compliance will be the key to be staying competitive on the global space. Harmony Agbafo reporting for BeeTv News.
Users and traders of imported second-hand clothes and the new ones and shoes at the boutiques in Benin City have expressed displeasure over the continuous increase in prices of the products in the market, even after the festive product period that people expected that both the new and second-hand clothes will be cheap, but to no avail. Most traders are of the view that the government should strengthen the naira and reduce the high rate of dollar for clothes and other commodities to be affordable in the country. The report.
Mr. President, we dey agree. Nigeria is dying. Make we calm down.
Long before now, imported second-hand used clothes and shoes in the market was an alternative to having clothes at cheaper rates in Nigeria, especially the common man who do not have much to spend for new clothes and shoes at the boutiques, because it was cheaper and affordable to the advantage of those with children to cater for. But because of the country's economic instability leading to dollar and naira conflict over the years, buying clothes in Nigeria has become unaffordable.
The clothes, the shoes, food stuff. You know, get any earlier for this country now. Where you go now? Where you go say things is better? Imagine you can go Lagos now. Use 2 million naira buy a goose. When you are coming back, you use 500,000 transport it because of fuel matter, the high price of the fuel. How much do you expect to sell the goose? All the whole transportation expensive, even to lodge for hotel, to feed, all the way expensive must be on that goose. So that's why the goose still cost.
Several users and traders in clothing business said they are wondering why the price of Belgium clothes and shoes have not been reduced even after the yellow tide, adding that government should rescue citizens from this hardship by strengthening the naira against the dollar, reducing the high rate of dollars, open border closure, and reduce the cost of fuel to ease the stress on citizens.
Things too dear. If not before, it no be like this. Everything don't over high. So we where they say we they manage. This jogger now before person we want buy is 1,000 naira 15. But if you want buy jogger here now it's 4,035. As far as that fuel is still there, things no go come down.
Before during Christmas, this cloth we go buy them. We feel get them like 1,000. We sell like 200 our gain. From here to New Benin, 200. But now, then they sell them for us 15. We tell them 2,000 or 17. Then go say no. Today, Tuesday, with the open market. But I tell you, since morning, nobody, if you carry tell them price, they run away. You tell them, they run away. Now, so we do, as he comes 6 hours, you see anybody for my shade?
We know they feel buy something. Our market, they people not they feel buying. We they hungry. Who not shop now they buy something. Where the people who they buy? Nobody. Make we come down to 150.
Things too dear. We know they see customer again because things too dear. Make government try, make they reduce things come down. So that more for see they see customer goods too high, dollar too high. We know they feel they buy loads. Fuel see too high. It they affect our business. We not sell because customer they complain say things too dear.
Since we enter this year, the business is good, but it put money. It not be like last year. When would they buy them? The price where would they buy them last year? It is cheaper than this year. They increase them this year. Like the one where would they buy, let's say 400. This year would they buy them 480. So they put money where.
Gifts Uwagwe reporting for BeeTv News. And now to the business world. Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, Mr. Olayemi Kadoso, has spearheaded strategic initiatives to strengthen economic ties with Middle East economies. The visionary move aims to harness vast potential of the Middle East economic prowess, fostering a symbiotic relationship that will propel Nigeria's economic growth. BeeTv News' Pelumi Mukoro tells us more on these and other stories from the business world.
During a pivotal meeting with Talal Al-Humon, the Assistant Governor of Monetary Affairs, Saudi Arabia Central Bank, SAMA, on the sidelines of the inaugural conference on emerging market economies in Saudi Arabia, the CBN Governor, Mr. Olayemi Kadoso, underscored the imperative of learning from Saudi Arabia's exemplary experiences in infrastructural development and tourism. He lauded the country's unwavering dedication to diversifying its economy through innovative environmental projects, large-scale transformation, and tourism investment, recognizing the immense benefits that Nigeria can derive from such collaborations. The Naira continued its appreciation against the dollar at both the parallel and official foreign exchange market on Monday to begin the week.
The naira was exchanged for 1,514 naira per dollar on Monday, compared to 1,565 naira traded Friday last week. This means that the naira gained 20 naira against the dollar on Monday, compared to 1,565 naira traded last Friday. Also, at the official market, the naira slipped to 1,508 naira per dollar on Monday, compared to 1,508.6 naira exchange rate last Friday. In the black market, the naira maintained appreciation. Investors at the Nigerian stock market NGX lost about 73 billion naira due to falling share prices in key sectors. The stock market experienced strong sell-offs on Monday as investors took profit after last week's gains. This decline came right after the NGX recorded a significant gain of 1.83 trillion naira last week. As a result, the year-to-date YTD return on investment slowed down, especially with the release of Nigeria's inflation data for January. Walumi Mukoro reporting for BeeTv News.
And now to the foreign scene, where Russia and the US held a 4-hour meeting in Saudi Arabia to discuss the war in Ukraine, which a Kremlin delegate described as positive and constructive. Also, UK Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer has said any Ukraine peace deal must include a US backstop to prevent further Russian attacks. BeeTv News Global News correspondent Rebecca Goffey tells us more on these and other stories from the foreign scene.
Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov met with U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio, but Ukraine and European nations were not invited. Before the meeting, both sides remained silent, and Rubio did not respond when asked if the U.S. was sidelining Ukraine. The Kremlin stated that President Vladimir Putin is willing to speak with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky if necessary. However, Zelensky has reportedly said he will not accept a peace deal made without Ukraine's involvement. The U.S. said that the talks were a first step to test if Russia is serious about ending the war, while Russia expressed hope for improving relations with America. Meanwhile, UK Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer has said any Ukraine peace deal must include a U.S. backstop to prevent further Russian attacks. After meeting with European leaders in Paris, he stressed that only a U.S. security guarantee could effectively deter Russia. He plans to discuss the details with President Donald Trump in Washington next week. Starmer also said that he would consider sending UK troops to Ukraine if a lasting peace deal is reached. However, German Chancellor Olaf Scholz called such discussions premature. Officials are investigating why a Delta plane crash-landed and flipped over at Toronto's Pearson Airport on Monday. All 80 people on board survived. The cause is still unknown, but experts suspect strong winds and wintry weather played a role. The flight from Minneapolis skidded along the runway with flames visible before stopping upside down. 18 people were injured, though most had minor injuries. Firefighters quickly arrived. Experts say the quick response of flight attendants and emergency crews, along with improved plane safety, helped save lives. And lastly, on Global News, British couple Craig and Lindsay Foreman have been charged with espionage in Iran, according to the country's judiciary news agency. The couple, both 52, were arrested in January, though their detention was only revealed last week. Officials claim that they entered Iran as tourists but gathered information across multiple provinces. Iranian authorities say that intelligence agencies has been watching them and arrested them as part of a coordinated operation. They allege that the couple was working with organizations linked to Western intelligence services. The UK Foreign Office warns against all travel to Iran, stating that British nationals face a high risk of detention simply for holding a British passport or having ties to the UK. And that's it on the Global News segment for tonight. Thanks very much for watching. I am Rebecca Goffey.
And now talking sports, where Nigerians Victor Osimhen's praise propelled Galatasaray to victory against Rizespor and Turkey Super League, strengthening title hopes. BeeTv News Freeman Osawe has the rest of the story.
Nigeria Super Eagles striker and Galatasaray forward Victor Osimhen's brace against Rizespor on Monday was enough to take Galatasaray to 6 points of rivals Fenerbahce. Osimhen's stunning brace secured all 3 points for his team, strengthening their little ambitions with a clinical display that underscored his importance to the squad. The Nigerian forward had missed Galatasaray 4-1 defeat to our AZ Alkmaar in the Europa League playoffs last week, but made a triumphant return, playing a pivotal role in their league success. After a goalless first half, Osimhen wasted no time in making an impact after the restart. With this victory, Galatasaray extended their lead at the top of the table, moving 6-point clear of Jose Mourinho's Fenerbahce, who they face in the highly anticipated clash next Monday. Since joining Galatasaray on loan from Napoli last summer, Osimhen has been a standout performer. He has netted 14 goals and provided 4 assists in 18 Turkish league appearances, along with 5 goals and 1 assist in Europa League, bringing his tally to an impressive 24 goal contributions in 24 matches across all competitions. Galatasaray supporters will be eager to see Osimhen at his best in the second leg of the Europa League playoffs on Thursday as they look to overturn the 4-1 deficit suffered in his absence. Barcelona top La Liga as Lewandowski penalty sees Rayo Vallecano win. Barcelona returned to the top of the Spanish league on goal difference after Robert Lewandowski first half penalty secured a 1-0 win over Rayo Vallecano. The Catalan club took advantage of weekend slip-ups by Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid to move on to 51 points on Monday, the same as Madrid as a point clear of Atletico. Barcelona took the lead after 27 minutes when Pat Cis brought down Inigo Martinez in the box and a penalty was awarded after a video review. Lewandowski sent the keeper the wrong way from the spot. 10,000 fans attend historic under-18s friendly match at Toffee's new ground. Everton's fans got their first taste of the club's new stadium at Bramley Moray Dock when 10,000 supporters attended the test event featuring an under-18s friendly against Wigan Athletic on Monday night. The Toffees, who are leaving their Goodson Park home at the end of the season, are scheduled to kick off the 2025-2026 Premier League season at the new 52,088-seater arena, which has taken 4 years to build. 10,000 fans attended historic under-18s friendly match at Toffee's new ground. And that's it on Sport News. Freeman Usawe reporting for BeeTv News.
And now to entertainment. The Ogun State Police have declared popular singer Abibo Kikiola, popularly known as Portable, wanted for allegedly leading an attack on government officials. The security agency said the incident occurred on February 5th, 2025, when 3 officials from the Ogun State Ministry of Physical Planning and Urban Development were carrying out their duties in Ota. The report.
According to the police, the 3 officials, Onabanjo Abidemi, Raymond Latif, and Ridwan Oyero, were inspecting a property in Okesha, Tigbo Ilu Ota. They were checking whether the building followed the approved plan when they met an elderly man, later identified as Portable's father. The officials introduced themselves and asked to see the building's approved plan, but the father said that his son, Portable, was not available at the time. However, shortly after, Portable arrived at the scene carrying a fire hand and other dangerous weapons. He was accompanied by a group of 9 men, and together they attacked the unarmed officials. The officials were injured during the attack, but they managed to escape and reported the incident to the Ota Area Command. The case was later referred to the State Criminal Investigation Department for further investigation. While 9 of Portable's accomplices were arrested, the singer himself fled the scene and has been hiding ever since. The police spokesperson Omolola Odutola confirmed that Portable ignored multiple official invitations to come to the police station. Following his repeated evasion, the Ogun State Police Command has obtained a valid court order declaring him wanted. The statement read, "Members of the public are strongly advised to provide any valuable information that can lead to his immediate arrest. Anyone found aiding or harboring the suspects will face legal consequences. For any relevant information, citizens are encouraged to report to the nearest police station or contact the Ogun State Police Command through its official communication channels," the statement added. Nollywood is kicking off 2025 with a major box office success as Real Love continues to dominate cinemas nationwide. Real Love, Timini Egbosun's debut film, has been captivating audiences since its release, ranking in an impressive 99.2 million naira. Film One Entertainment, the official distributor of Real Love, announced the milestone in a celebratory social media post crediting moviegoers for the film's success. Premiered on February 14, 2025, Real Love made an impressive entrance, earning 40.5 million naira on its opening day. This remarkable feat highlighted the film's resonance with audiences, particularly during the Valentine's season. Real Love marks the producing debut of acclaimed actor Timini Egbosun, who collaborated with director Kayode Kasum to bring this heartfelt story to life. Nigerian Afrofusion superstar Burna Boy has once again solidified his global dominance as his song Alone, featured on Black Panther Wakanda Forever soundtrack, has sold over 500,000 units in the United States. This achievement marks the track eligible for gold certification by the Record Industry Association America, RIA. Released in November 2022, Alone quickly became a fan favorite, blending Burna Boy's soulful vocal with the emotional depth of Black Panther sequel. The track, which was part of an album showcasing top African artists, further cemented Burna Boy's reputation as a global music icon. That's it on Entertainment News Tonight. Gift Uwagbo reporting for BeeTv News.
And that's the size of our news package for tonight. Many thanks for joining us. My name is Gift Uwagbo. Have a good night.